All right. Oh, this gets so tangled up. But all right. Oh no! Oh no, Otto! Hi Misha, hi Otto, hi Jill, hi Yuri, hi Malvina. I am looking at you while I write this because apparently I did not wash the chilies off my hand well enough. Oh no! Hi Lindsay! What a day, what a week. We'll be back in about a half hour. Awesome! Hey Kevin! Hi! What's up, party people? Hey Fairy Dust! Hi! I keep expecting this day to go like awfully south because we've had so little days with good news in the past year that I'm like, nah, this can't be everything. There's gotta be a catch somewhere. Hey Sarah, hi Mallory. Oh, Color Mixer. Okay, hi. Yeah, we changed the time last weekend. So, how are you doing, everyone else? I'm good. I'm good. I mean, you know, you guys understand quite well the things that are always there, like being tired or whatnot. But I mean, considering everything, today is a rather good day. Trump lost. Trump is gone. Yeah. Whew. I mean, I'm in Canada. It has an impact on us for sure, but I have no weight in the decision to keep him or toss him. But I am indeed quite relieved to see that he's gone, because it means that things will go south a little bit less fast now. So we got a bit more of a chance to fix it. Hi, Lee. I hear the sound of many deep breaths being taken worldwide. Like a collective sigh. Might need to duck out in a while. Have you been outside today, Lee? I hope you guys have weather as nice as we have here. It's really quite nice outside. Wish I was there to party with them. Well, you can party here. A long road of repair and healing. Oh, jeez. They really let the bowl into the ceramic store. We have an expression in French. I don't know if it exists in English too, but It's basically letting out a bowl in a shop full of delicate crystal stuff. It's beautiful out. Yay! Just looking forward to Trump's last speech. Take a shot for everyone he blames. Dude, we're all gonna end up in the hospital. It's so nice outside. Alcohol poisoning in like 2 seconds? Nope. Yeah, pretty much. I would counterweight that with have a bite of cake every time you blame someone. How about that? Or maybe going to IKEA today. Ooh, you guys feel really brave. An hour-long ride this afternoon. Ooh. I mean, I love IKEA, but I always hate the fact that it's so full of people. IKEA is a really difficult place to go as an introvert. Because it's really interesting to watch everything they have in there, but at the same time there's like so many people. It's like you can see your energy deplete so fast. Hi Stephen, hi Okuni. Okuni, I got your package, thank you so much. Only way that plan works, Kevin, is if you're doing shots of near beer. Yeah, shots of juice would be. I mean, you could have shots of water and try to last as long as possible before going to the bathroom. Or every time he makes an unfounded legal fraud. Basically, every time he opens his mouth, we have to take a shot of something. Sorry, I think I'm gonna go for a drive, can't stay in. Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna go soak up the sunshine and find a nice socially distanced party to celebrate. Aw, that's great. Hope you find a nice place outside. Of course I liked it. It's really on point because I've been really into Good Omens lately. Today was absolutely lovely, cold but sunny. It's not cold today though, I would take that cold. Give me the cold, I was sweating. My brother-in-law needs to choose kitchen cabinets, oh. Well, I mean, you can easily tag along, but I hope that because of everything, the IKEA is not gonna be that full. I really love IKEA, but I always go during low traffic hours. The thing is, I have never really noticed if there is a low traffic hours here for our, like, the IKEA we have here in Montreal. I think there's two. One that's within the island of Montreal and one that's outside of it, maybe? I don't drive, so... But yeah, oh my gosh, the people there. I don't watch American politics. But I mean, it's difficult to ignore American politics. After all, we're just next to them. Like, what is it? It's the longest border. And it's pretty difficult to ignore American politics because they affect everything we do. So I don't know how you can pull that off, but it's got to be a lot less stressful, I guess. Yeah. Oh yeah, cold. Dutch cold. So 10 Celsius. Dude, it was supposed to be 13 Celsius this morning, and I was way too hot. Dang, I need to move. I need to move someplace that has anything under -20, but not much over 20 either. Cold here in Ireland is like 2 degrees. I mean, I would love the coldest cold to be 2 degrees. I mean, I just need to put a sweater on and you're good. We have beautiful sunshine. I sent everyone virtual mandarins because my tree is so loaded. It had really. Wow, what sort of mandarin is it? Ah, it's gotta be so good to have one that's like that fresh. I mean, Kevin says hopefully Biden's COVID response is better. Definitely. On the one hand, it would be spectacular if he did worse than Trump. Like that would be a sight to behold. But yeah, of course, I really hope that a lot of things that have been sort of ignored get addressed fast. But it's kind of stressful because there's this period where Trump is still the president, but he knows that he's not gonna stay the president. So I wonder if he's gonna just mess absolutely everything up, so that when Biden comes in and has to deal with his BS, he can simply like blame him for being inefficient, while it's kind of his fault for like leaving a mess. The Burlington IKEA usually isn't too crazy. I hope so. I'll come back when Otto, that reminds me, I mean, we've mentioned politics, but I think we should just go back to talking about food and stuff, because I really don't want to make these super political. It was hard to ignore the fact that this announcement has been made today because it's kind of big. But yeah, I don't really want to get too much into it because it's a bit of a really complex and touchy subject, and I don't feel like I'm knowledgeable enough to get into a discussion about it and that is rich and meaningful. So yeah, I'll say that I'm glad that Trump is gone, and I hope things get better or less bad, you know, something like that. It is wonderful to eat a warm mandarin right off the tree. Not as sweet as navel oranges, but flavor. Yeah, definitely. Oh, we've got a ton of mandarins, but they're not super fresh. The ones we get here are not super fresh either. They've traveled quite a bit. I really like tangerines because it's like, sure, oranges are great, they're sweet, but the mandarin is such a really unique taste. It's so good. Yeah, I just got really bad heartburn. Oh no. Let's not mix politics and cats. Well said, Kevin. Okay, so my college has 4 friggin' campus cats. Really? Oh, if you manage to take pictures, you gotta share them with us. A big glass of rich, meaningful juice, all sticky on the sides. Yeah. Yeah. I immediately knew what you were meaning. Dude, cat For campus cats. I love it. They gotta be so chunky. Also, my mom made cinnamon buns today and I ate literally half a tray. Oh, while they were still hot? Are you kidding me? That sounds amazing. My college had squirrels. Yeah, it's kind of difficult to avoid having squirrels and like seagulls. Or I mean rats. I once saw a mouse in the college I was at. Like, I mean, it's fairly common in here to have mice that get into buildings when the weather gets a bit colder. I had an Amy's no cheese pizza for lunch. Those are good. I mean, I don't even like artichoke hearts, but I'll eat them when they're on that pizza, for sure. My best friend's just got a house and there's a super nice neighborhood cat that apparently loves to let my 1-year-old baby niece pet it. Aww. What? I'm tempted to make cinnamon buns. Dude, everybody's gonna crave cinnamon bun by the time this is over. The cat's almost as big as her. Ah, we love a good chunk. I have a cat with me, but oh, she's sleeping. I have a small scout that's sleeping with us. Hello, baby. Oui. Ah oui. C'est dur la vie, hein. Moi. Jerry just brought us a wonderful gift. He came inside screaming, so we went to look, and he brought a really fat rat. The neighbors. I love when babies are gentle and pet cats. Yeah, it's really cute. I mean, it's really endearing when you can see a kid that grasps the concept that they have to at least try and be delicate. Because their coordination is not quite all there, but there once was a neighborhood cat that had kittens, and the man that was taking care of the mom and incidentally the babies, he had made kind of a playpen outside, and there were young kids from the neighborhood. Like, everybody would stop to check on the kittens, because I mean kittens. And I remember one of the kid grabbed one of the kittens and lifted it up by its neck, and I mean, it's a kid, it doesn't know any better probably, but both the mom and I were like, nope, 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 nope. You can't lift up kitties from the neck, no. The neighbor's kitty was perched on my porch yesterday afternoon. Aw. Was he sunbathing? Cats gets, like, there's a neighborhood cat around here that we see quite often. And I was getting a bit worried because, you know, the weather is getting cool. And I'm like, uh-oh. Like, is he still gonna be outside? Is he gonna be cold? And I saw him once and I went to pet him and he was so boiling hot. He had soaked up all the sun. And he was like really, really hot. And I was like, oh, you're fine. As long as there's a bit of sun outside, you're good. Hey, Alex, hi. I give him a treat. Thank you, Jerry. Very nice. That would be great for dinner. Well, in his world, it would. Welcome back, Lindsay. Hi, Cyan. Hey, Barbara. Hi. Hi, Phoebe. It's kind of a really weird weather today because it feels like spring. It doesn't feel like fall that much because we had a couple of colder days, and now it's this kind of warm day that we would get in the spring. And I'm like, oh yay, summer's coming. No, winter's coming. Wait, what's coming? Oh man, the last time Didi cut a Mr. Mouse, my brain was snapping. Yeah, I remember that time. I think that's the one time you were like jumping at every cat toy that was on the floor, right? Got the circle of life in the chat, what? Taking a break from cleaning out the broken refrigerator. Oof. Hey, lab accident, hi. It was oddly warm here today, 8 Celsius. Yeah. It's kind of unsettling. Things would not stop poking me. She had just enough tiny claws out to be a pain in the butt. But why? We have hit 20 Celsius in Waterloo. Oof. Dude, that's short and t-shirt weather. Oh, I think, yeah. Alex says, yes, I still stop short if there's a natural colored mouse toy in the middle of the walkway. I'm still going to stop and check it, but I'm also not wearing glasses. Yeah, glasses would help. We called Lumpy Elephant on politics because blech. So you can come back in, Otto. We're talking about cats bringing in their great catch for the supper. And we're probably gonna talk about food. We talked about cinnamon buns. Hey, Lena, hi. And the circle of life. Nature happening at home. Mighty hunters and huntresses performing nature. I mean, the cats I've never brought in anything because they don't go out, and luckily I'm gonna touch some wood on that, but nothing that was supposed to be outside came in. Otto says none of my cats ever brought anything in, maybe because I always adopt really old cats. Maybe. Like, they know by now that they don't need to hunt. Hey Annette, hi. Coffee. We talked a bit about food, Annette. We talked about cats bringing home food, and also we decided not to talk about politics. So that's where we're standing at. Oh, our previous cat, on one foot he missed all his toes. Really? He was born like with it, and no matter the age, he came home with everything. Some cats are definitely born to be hunters, and some are born to be lap cats and big floofy babies. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the kind of questions that Otto has started asking that I really enjoy, but can you guys think of a thing that you ate last week that was like amazing? Ah, yes, Otto, you're on point. Non-political highlight of the week. Oh, I think mine has been to finally have enough energy to get work done on videos, and I managed to finish 2 videos and post them last week, which like was kind of overdue, but really welcome to. Sorry. Definitely are Sault twins. Definitely. One time I opened the door to the hallway and he was just sitting there looking at me with a bird next to him. There you go, human. I caught you some snack because apparently you are really bad at this. My highlight of the week has been studying. Oh, awesome! Wow! Yes! Barbara says, my PC died and I need to build a new one. They're talking about games and I'm like, is it Mass Effect? Is it Guild Wars? Is it Dragon Age? And that's about as far I go. I don't have much of I have a very limited range. I've been stress eating a lot of Nutella. How is that a highlight? Poor Alex. Christmas flavor lounge at work. So many tasty drinks trying. Ah, dude, that sounds great. I'm doing NaNoWriMo and Mandarins. That's good, Okuni. Definitely. Gotta be awesome to be working on your novel and have like fresh Mandarins to munch on. I remember studying for an exam when I was in high school and having like a full crate of clementines. And like we ate an absurd amount of clementine, but you know how teenagers are. I mean, even if I was a very low energy output and still very short teenager, I mean, eating a bunch of clementines is really not that bad. Painted my stress into an abstract painting. Oh, that's great. Did you enjoy it, Amisha? Barbara says I don't have a highlight, but I can say I'm still in love with Daniel Smith's Sodalite. That's good. Jill says my son figured out multiplying a multi-digit number by a single digit. Ooh, that's really cool. Yuri says making a Dutch holiday sweets package for my best dudes that live abroad. It's nice being able to do something for them now that we can't visit. Yeah. Otto says, highlight dodging a bullet with what turned out to be a not very good mindset coach. Oh, really? Is it the one you mentioned it to me, or is it something else? Lindsay says, I too have been studying. It's been great to have the space and quiet to do it. Oh, dude. Space and quiet has like endless worth, no price tag. And more RPGs. Yeah, I played a bit of a WoW, I think, like ages ago, but MMOs are not my cup of tea. Yes, if anyone ate anything interesting. Yeah, well, I mean, in that category, eating Nutella is definitely eating something good. Can't fault you for that. I remember doing NaNoWriMo 10 years ago. Ooh. Do you still have it, Otto? The accident says, I ordered chips and queso. Whew, weird. For snacky things for the next few days. Ooh. I mean, it's okay to make mistakes in chat. I make mistakes when I talk, so we're all in the same. Like, there's no bar. No bar. Yeah, that one's supposed to be a coach that helps you make better business, yet she still hasn't told me her prices 5 days in. Ew. That's like bad news. I have no idea if I still have it. It came straight after finishing writing my thesis, so I really needed to fill the... Ah, that's interesting. You kind of had to taper it down to... like, you couldn't stop cold turkey. That's interesting. Hey, April, hi. Amisha says, I did enjoy it. I'm finding that just taking a piece of paper and putting whatever strikes me at second on it can be very therapeutic and also looking pretty cool. I agree. Samantha says, if you're preaching to be proud of your prices and be upfront to your customers about it, then here's a tip. Practice what you preach. Yes. Yeah, I have another friend who just finished writing his PhD thesis and he's going through the thesis withdrawal big time. There's always kind of a really weird effect, like even for something smaller like the October challenges, whichever one you end up doing, like when you finish like on the like November 1st, it's always like no, like you arrive with this build-up of energy that you've sort of kept through momentum, but there's nothing to spend it on, and you're like, what am I supposed to do with this? Am I the only one person that doesn't have one of those screens? Well, actually, this is not mine. This is Mr. E's. I have a transparent one. It's quite handy though, I gotta say. It's not super, it doesn't look good on camera in my opinion, but it's really practical. Also, it is notable that business tactics that work in normal times are not desirable for pandemic times. Very good point, Okuni. Gosh, I just realized I haven't not used my green mats in ages. Well, you got all the fancy trimmers, right? Like, you can do really large formats with the trimmer, so you don't really need the cutting mat as much, I would say. I have a yoga mat. I wouldn't advise cutting stuff on it, but it's gotta be comfy. I usually use a paper trimmer rather than a knife because I suck at cutting straight lines. Dude, it's always hilarious when, like, I'm decent with a knife, a cutting knife, but it's always so weird because sometimes you're like, you're about to trace your thing, to cut off your thing, you're all set up, you have your metal ruler, your cutter, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna follow the ruler, and your hand goes bleh, completely off, and you're like, what happened? Like, it was all set up, my plan was all there, like, the guiding ruler, the knife, the paper, all good, and your hand just goes, nope. And I'm like, well, okay then. I don't really have a good enough space to let out my guillotine trimmers. They're not the most perfect, the most like nicely adjusted guillotine trimmers, but they're vintage and fun. Like, if I had more space, I would definitely have them out somewhere. Yeah, I have to. The larger one cuts a whole imperial sheet. Oh, dude. That's gotta be so satisfying. You come in with this big cumbersome sheet of paper and you're like, you're not gonna win. And you put it in the trimmer and you're like, slice, there you go. I showed you. My hand never got on board with the whole follow the rule thing. It's so weird. You can cut like 20 times, follow the ruler fine, and then the 21st time your hand goes on the side and you're like, what? I managed to move the roll. That's why you need one with the cork on the back. It's not good for like nut smudging, but it's non-skid, so it usually holds down better. I have I really like cutter knives. I have a few of them. Could possibly be called an obsession. I have really quite a few. This one is a vintage one. I gotta show you my favorite ones. I used to use an Alpha cutting knife, and I mean it cuts well. It's a really nice tool, but there was one thing that it did that would bother me, is that it would really easily, like, you know, you have to push out the blade, but when the way I would hold it to cut, it would really easily push back the blade in, and I would always often remove this part. Let me show you what I mean. I have a miniature Alpha one that I use for opening packages. So the main issue I would run, my other one was exact same model but longer, and the thing is that this clip is way too easy to pull out. Like I would be like trying to hold on to this, and like it would just slip out, and I'd be like, ah. So I got these anti-cutter ones, and they're my favorites. This one was an old one I realized I had. And since I had these two as well, I was like, oh, I could possibly just put a blade in this one, and yeah. They're much smoother, and they don't like, you cannot remove the clip while holding them. Okay, enough. Sorry. Have you seen the latest season of Haikyuu, by the way? Or are you the type to binge after the season finishes? I haven't seen the latest one. I love Haikyuu, but I feel it's a bit hard to watch in anime form because it's so stretched out. Like the first season was amazing, but it really slows down after that because it's basically just a lot of competitions. I can never cut a straight line by hand. I rely heavily on paper trimmers. Oh no, I actually have 3 trimmers including my ditty little one. Oh. I have a paper trimmer, but it's kind of busted. I splurged on a big paper cutter. Which kind, Lee? Did you get a guillotine or... Oh, guillotine style 24-inch blade. Ooh. But why are the 2 rulers so expensive? I don't know. A plastic one is really cheap. Man, I'm so afraid of those slidey out. Yeah, it's just not practical. I have the beige one, my mom has one too. It's the best one! I mean, this brand is the best brand, honestly. They're so nice. She also has a green one. Ooh, is it a vintagey one? I don't think I saw a green one. But this one is plastic. This one is very old. And this one has an aluminum casing. But dude, they're my favorite. Like this one is it's old and like old. But it's really difficult to take apart, so I can safely like the blade doesn't go back easily, so that's stable, and this clip is really hard to take off, so I feel better like holding on to this and cutting with it than the other ones I have. We're talking about cutting things, Kevin. Guillotine, trimmers, cutter knives. I have a guillotine, best investment. Which size? Which format? After my brother snipped his nose. Why? I don't watch Haikyuu. My sports anime is Major 2. My sports anime is definitely Haikyuu. So we learn to fold and tear paper. Oh yeah. Yeah, same. Fairy does. My paper trimmer fell down and broke, so I put it back together with some glue, but it's definitely not ideal. So it doesn't cut quite straight. I really have to like measure evenly and then align that evenly and then be careful when I cut. So I mean, at that point, I could just use one of these, you know. I think Mom had the beige one first, then gained the green one. Oh man, there's so many colors. It's quite a collection. Yeah, that doesn't even include my Olfa ones. I have a bunch of Olfa ones. I got the one that you can have one that's I think the regular angle for the blade is like 45 degrees. But like this is the sharp bit, but you also can get a 30-degree one. And I got a Olfa one like that for carving into stamps. Hey Paulo, hi. Hi Lise, hi guys. Oh no, did I miss anything in chat? Straight is not my forte either. That was funny. Sorry. What's the best thing everyone ate this week? I had the best freaking kebab ever just there. Ooh, dude, I'm envious. Hey, Tsukabu, hi. Oh no, Barbara. Oh, fatness. Hello. Aww. Has an amazing steak on the bone yesterday. I mean, I wish I could... Dude, we gotta put that on the list of things to get in the future. I'm all for a good, like, steak. I just am awful at preparing meat. I had a great donut. I mean, everything I'm gonna name for these is always gonna be like desserts or sweets. I'm also gonna get... We're supposed to go pick up the awesome pie later on today. Microwaved leftover pizza. Ah, dude. That says too much about my taste. Well, you microwaved it. I prefer cold leftover pizza, personally. My son made a really good meatloaf this... Ooh! I kind of miss meatloaf, but I was always bummed that there wasn't more sauce on it. It's okay, I'm singing at it. Aww. I'm doing such a fun assignment for design skills. We have to make watercolor blobs in weird shapes and make them into pieces. That's a lot of fun. Oh yeah, nothing worse than a mediocre donut. Well, I mean, most grocery store donuts are definitely the mediocre kind. But the place we get our grocery from, they've started getting like fresh donuts daily, and they're the real thing with the kind of doughy stuff in it. That's what ketchup is for. I don't know. Did I ever eat meatloaf with ketchup? It makes sense, but I can't remember if Mom would let us. I'm still dealing with my weird powdered donut cake. I mentioned this on Discord, but ketchup chips. What? Did you get yours? Because seriously, ketchup chips they basically taste like slightly sweet, vinegary, and tomato. It's amazing. Oh yeah, definitely. I personally don't classify cake donuts as donuts. Oh yeah, same. Dude, a donut has to be the real thing, like all blobby and like fat. I mean, it's fried, for Pete's sake. I'm really excited for the one I'm gonna get next week. Best food was yesterday. My mom cooked duck for... Ooh. And I had risalamande. Oh, dude. Well, the greatness of the meal probably helped a bit compensate for the spoon's expenditure. Hi, Kelly! Ketchup, dill pickle, all the rest. All three are delicious on chips. Seriously. Happy birthday, Tsukabu! How can you not eat meatloaf with ketchup? I don't know. Whenever I get to visit you, Otto, I'm gonna have 2 luggages, and you're gonna be, why did you bring 2 luggages? And one's gonna be just full of ketchup chips, and like just bags of ketchup chips in there, and a couple of cans of maple syrup. Tim Hortons used to bake donuts fresh in the 70s. They were the best. I mean, dude, any place that would bake donut. I mean, the Krispy Kreme's one. They're junk food, but they're baked fresh, and that counts for something. Ketchup and meatloaf is like Oreo without the cream. I don't really enjoy Oreos, so I don't know what. I need to come back to Canada just to visit Ev and try out all the chips flavors again. Oh, I was so bummed out. I wanted to grab you one of the sample size of the ketchup Doritos, but when I got to like buy it, they no longer had it. And I was like, no. To be fair though, they weren't that good. Like, they weren't amazing. I think the ketchup chips are much better. But I was like, dude, can my timing be any worse? I just got a YouTube recommendation for hippo sounds. It's just a video of hippo sound. What? Honestly, in college, Krispy Kreme, chocolate coated creme filled. Oh, dude. I like the plain ones though. They're amazing. Dude, donuts are great. Hi, I'm a donut person. It shows. Ketchup Doritos is Canada. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't amazing at all. But it was funny. I was like, that's kind of a weird mashup. It's a deal that's gonna be sealed in ketchup chips. Ooh, I just remembered I've got chips sent from Japan. Oh, what flavors? If I see ketchup Doritos. Oh, awesome. Did you try them, Lee? I remember Tim Hortons from way back. But Canadian Nana used to do her own. Oh, dude. Police from all over Maine and New Brunswick used to drop by. Wow. Ah, dude, Nutella donuts. What flavors are the chips, Otto? Okay, in Ireland we have Taito bars. What is that? Wasabi chips. Dude. Did they get to your nose every single time? Cheese and onion chips and milk. Oof. Oh. Oh, also, Laura says, oh, hi, Laura. I ran around the garden with her a couple of times, which is also good use of spoon. Yeah, it's a good expenditure of spoons because you know you refill them as you go. Cats are good for that. Well, any pets are good for that, to be honest. I didn't try them. Oh, okay. Oh, I was watching this squeaking rain frog. That would explain why they suggested hippo sounds. Wait, what? Now I want Tim Hortons. Dude, Tim Hortons though, I mean, as a kid I was a big fan of Dunkin' Donuts. That's the one we would go to. And I remember really enjoying their small cakes too. I mean, it's all junk food, but good memories. Tim Hortons have a history of giving me headaches. So, Oh, we get Nutella donuts here too. And Lotus biscuit. Oh, yeah, the, hold on, what's the name of those cookies? The Speculous. Speculous? 2 bags of salted and 1 of butter. Oh, you have butter flavored chips? Faints from chat, mommy. I think I saw this squeaking rain frog. Is it the teeny tiny frog that looks a bit silly? Like, it looks like it's covered with huge grains of sand, and it really does a squeak. Never had Tim Hortons. Is a red American. I don't know why Tim Hortons is so big. I mean, apparently their coffee is awful and their food is not great. I'm really sorry, but I really like the dude. That seems to be such a common thing, though. Like most people I see that comment on Dunkin' Donuts, they eventually mention that the coffee is good. I haven't tried it though. Hi, Tiffany! At Kmart you could watch the donuts being made. Oh, dude. Oh man, donuts. What? What, Kelly? No! Give them all to me. I'll take your donuts. Do you like cheesecake? I can trade you cheesecake for donuts. I don't know what's up. I've seen Tim Hortons stop. I've seen cops stop more at Starbucks than I've seen them stop at Tim Hortons. I can guarantee that the first and the last thing I drink in those countries are always Dunkin' coffee. Dude, I kind of have to try the Dunkin' coffee. Dunkin' Donuts coffee tastes like waste. Dude, Tim Hortons coffee tastes like that. That frog. It's adorable. It's so cute. And you're like, what sound is it gonna make? And it goes, squee! And you're like, okay. I love cheesecake. Okay, Kelly, let's trade. You can have all the cheesecake and I'll take all your donuts. How about that? Dude, I don't do cheese in my cake. Ugh. That goes for carrot cake with cream cheese frosting or red velvet with cream cheese. Dude, I try to think of cream cheese frosting and my brain is just like, bleh. Why would you do that? In Ohio, Timmy's, gives anyone in a wee woo wagon free coffee. What? You have Tim Hortons in... I thought Tim Hortons was just in Canada. I like Tim Hortons steep tea. It's not good tea, but it tastes comforting. It's warm. Wait, the smell of coffee though. You don't get other pastries, only donuts? No, I get other pastries, but I really like donuts. They're one of my favorite pastries. They actually are Wendy's Tim Hortons combo. Really? We are expanding the Canadian thingy. Dunkin' Donuts set up a major good coffee contract before the price hike and has it for 8 years. It's gonna die when that expires. Oh, what a bummer. So many people are gonna be sad. Oh, it's spread down over Lake Erie. It's spreading! It's spreading! Oh my gosh, why is this butter flavored chip sweet? The beauty of Japan. Oh no! Sweet butter. I mean, you could maybe sprinkle cinnamon on them and consider them kind of like a sweet. I mean, I would eat sweet butter things, but who's surprised? Japan, you know I love you. You gave birth to me after all, but sweet butter chips? No! No, because it's salty too. Oof. Do you have some sort of caramel flavoring that you could use on that? No, because it's salty too. Aw. No, Tim Hortons has more run-of-the-mill basic pastries and like really basic stuff. Has this? I think it might have bagels too. It's awful. Oh no. Dip them in mustard. Mustard is gonna cover up this sweet butter thing. Hokkaido sweet cream is amazing. Aw, dang. Like, I'm always bummed because so many things from Japan look amazing, like the milk bread, or maybe it's the Hokkaido thingy, like it's the big cube of bread that's cut in squares and it looks soaked in butter and sweet stuff and it looks amazing, but it's probably full of dairy, and I'm like, oh no. They list 3 different kinds of sugar before they list butter and ingredients. Ugh. Okuni, you need to come back. Unfeigned. When we meet in real life, I'll make you some donuts and the best bear claws. Dude, I will take you up on that. Donuts are a new thing over here. Really? That's interesting. Oh, my grandma and, well, my mom too, they used to do, I think the like, literal translation of the recipe would be potato donuts. but it's basically just that you use a tiny bit of like unseasoned mashed potatoes in the dough. It really doesn't taste like potato, but it just adds something to the texture. And those would be like a holiday thing, like not Christmas cookie, but Christmas donuts. Oh man, the memories of that. It's so good. My favorite part was that, you know, when you have the cutter for donuts, you have the donut, then you have the hole. So you end up frying donuts and donut holes. But there would always be also the leftover from the dough. And we would not just throw it away, we would fry it as well. So you would have the donuts, the donut holes, and all the lumps. And the lumps were also quite amazing. We didn't used to get them. Oh, really? Donuts as you see them are new. Not new here, though. How can I stay fainted if everybody's yelling about bear claws? We have like a million pastries, yeah. Dude, pastry. Ah, pastry. Potato donuts are a major thing here because my community is very Eastern European. Well, funny thing is, if it is from an Eastern European heritage, it would be weird because I'm in Quebec. Quebec got colonized by people from France mostly. And it's the potato donut recipe is something that was very traditional to my like Quebec grandma, because I have one grandma that's from France and one grandma that was from Quebec. And it was like akin to all the meat pies and the, you know, the really traditional stuff that we eat here. Grab his bag of mediocre donuts. Well, if you enjoy them, why not? I hear lumps and now I'm thinking of Lump, Space Princess from Vincent. Aww. My mom will go to our local donut place in the morning to get donut holes fresh and still warm. Ooh. Dough balls. What is a dough ball? Well, aside from what it says it is, like, how is it presented? I don't like bear claws. There are too much junk food. Well, I mean, homemade bear claws are not junk food, right? They're basically soft cookies with molasses. You had World War II diet. Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm trying to explain, is that my grandma, she... hold on, I'm trying to do maths in my head. Like, it was my grandma that was born like in the first quarter of the 20th century, from people that had always been here, like that didn't come from like the results of the wars and all that, but we still had that kind of really traditional potato donut thingy. So I don't know where the overlap happened, like where did the recipe came from originally, but it was always presented as a very traditional Quebec thing, which kind of cracks me up. No, carrot cake has cream cheese icing and raisins in it. Ugh. Dude, someone was feeling really crummy when they invented that. I want the memory of cinnamon rolls from my childhood. Oh yeah, definitely. Or you know, the Pillsbury stuff. That fried just pizza dough made into balls and oven cooked. Usually served with garlic butter. Oh, so they're like rolls a bit, like potato dough rolls. It's gonna be so good. I make almond flour based donuts rarely, but the textures, yeah, it's not, there's no way it can become like the same texture as flour-based donuts, because flour doesn't behave the same way as almond. I'm trying to catch up on. Recollet, yeah. Carrot cake does not always have raisins in it. It better do. Dude, ew. What, raisins in carrot cake and cream cheese? Yeah, I mean, over here, if you go to a cafe and they have carrot cake, chances are it's gonna have raisins in it, and it's gonna have cream cheese frosting on it. That's why I used to never enjoy carrot cake. Because I would take a bite of the dough and be like, ugh, raisins. And then try the icing and be like, ugh, cream cheese. Oh no, Barbara! Oh, there was a fresh donut hiding in this mediocre bag of dough. I'm sorry, what? What's everyone's favorite kind of pastry ever? Oh, geez, good question. I think it might be the awesome pie I've tried recently, but I cannot like name just one because there's so many good things. Caturday is not the same without Mikey. Yeah, I hope she gets better soon too. Yeah, a lot of people here put raisins in carrot cake, and it's disgusting. Blech. Zatar croissant. Ooh, that's savory, right? Croque en bouche. Glazed anything. I love puff pastry. Ooh. Mine is a really good, proper, authentic... Oh no, we're gonna start a debate on that though. A pain au chocolat. Do you mean like a chocolatine or do you mean like a pain au chocolat? Not the same thing. I've seen crushed pineapple in carrot cake. That's perfectly fine. But it's the bloody raisins that are gross. Don't make me choose a pastry. I will punch someone before I choose between my sweet fatty children. High five. High five, Lise. I agree. Yes, savory zillion leaves of... Oh my god. Yeah, za'atar is really tasty. Carrot cake is a handful of flaxseed away from a muffin. What in a what? Oh, okay, hold on. I'll try. From what I understand, this is something... I'm not entirely familiar with what is usually called a pain au chocolat. But, a chocolatine is like a croissant, but different shape. It looks a bit like this. And it's like... You can see that it's kind of rolled here, and it has like chocolate in there. It's usually like two... You have like two... That's in transparency. You have like two sort of tubes of chocolate in there, and it's basically croissant dough and chocolate in there. And I think a pain au chocolat is more like an actual bread, like not croissant, but more like bread with chocolate in it. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm a heretic who also likes raisins and walnuts. I mean, I'm okay with walnuts, but not raisins. It's a tompus I guess the most similar thing is a millefeuille. Ooh. Having nightmares about random things being in a carrot cake. Keys, some Kleenexes, some... What else? What other random things we could put in a carrot cake? Our French teacher had us make crème sucre in grade 6. It was basically 1 cup white sugar, 1 cup brown sugar, 1 cup butter, and another. The fourth ingredient was probably some sort of liquid, maybe vanilla, but it's sucre à crème. Yeah, that one, the first one, the croissant one. We do. Pain au chocolat. Well, we call them chocolatines, which is basically like chocolate, and you add this chocolatine. But there's a debate about that in the French parts of the world, where some people call that pain au chocolat and some people call that chocolatine, and then there's a fighto. The first thing is my husband's favorite. They're really quite good. A good chocolatine is really worth it. Hi Dan, hey. Well, when you start throwing raisins into carrot cake, car keys only a step away. Everything but the kitchen sink, cat food, what else? Whatever kind of frozen veggies. Oh, I'm sorry. I had a teacher when I tried college would bring fresh biscotti at the end of the month. Ooh, fresh biscotti are amazing. Also, rabbits have no beans. No, don't traumatize Otto. Crème sucrée. I read pâté sucré. Yeah, it's we have sucre à la crème, and it's basically like that. We mentioned it before, but it's a bit like fudge in texture, but it's only made with sugar and cream and butter. No, you need to... It's sucre à la crème. It's not... Well, I mean, I don't know if it's the same thing as crème sucre, but it's sucre à la crème. It's fudge. It's basically like sugar fudge. It's amazing. It's super easy, but you basically have to really know your way around cooking sugar, or you need a candy thermometer to make it right. It looks so good. It is really good. Oh no, Otto! Fudge where? I'm so making it. Try it, Apollo. It's really simple. It's not like a big investment in like, you don't need anything fancy. It used to be kind of a recipe that they could put together really quickly, because all you need is sugar, cream, a bit of butter, like stuff that was kind of always in the kitchens anyway. Have you seen two beans on links? How big are they? Where's the plug? Pull the plug! Pull it! Hit the reset button! Two beans on links are huge. Yeah, well, I mean, the paws on the links are huge. They have like snowshoes. Well, they kind of need snowshoes anyway, but yeah, it's big paws. Thinks of cute fluffy seals who never lies about having two beans. Think about cats. Cats have two beans, legit. There's something wrong with me. I'm trying to imagine hoofed animals with two beans. I've short-circuited myself. Oof. It doesn't sound... It's kind of weird because hooves, they're basically walking on the tip of their fingers. Oh no, we broke Kelly too. No. Lynx two beans are truly amazing. Also, the fluffy pads on rabbits and hares are precious. I don't understand why they're not good enough. I think they are good enough, but it's just the trauma of realizing that everything we've been told all of our lives is a lie. Like, I didn't know either, and I've never had a bunny. So I had no idea that they don't have any toe beans. Now I'm kind of curious to see if the way they walk is kind of the same way like a cat would walk. Because cats, they walk on their hands. So I'm like, is it the same for bunnies? Or do they walk on like their forearms? You know, like how the human equivalent in the body parts of the arm are not exactly the same from one creature to the next. And Sam's grandmother hates the F word because that's the sound a horse's hoof makes when they walk through mud. Most practical reason to dislike ever. That's kind of weird, like it's really specific. Lee says, also by the way, Houdini was so intent on getting the streets last night that he accidentally jumped straight into the toilet bowl. Oh no. no. So he got an involuntary bath. Poor Bon. I mean, they're not good enough to portray on toys. That's just weird. It sounds like a really dumb, like, business decision somewhere. My male cat puked in my shoes on Tuesday and now I have to buy... Dude, what did he puke? Did he puke acid? Birthday on election day, week-long results, and now... Dude, think about the croissant and cheesecake and the good stuff. They walk on the heel of their hands, mostly. Oh, that's peculiar. I think cats, they really walk on the tip of it, right? I don't remember. Too many mediocre donuts. Oh no! You need like something like mint tea or, you know, something to sort of balance it out. Yeah, let's think about art supplies. To walk on the heel of their hands. Okay, I saw that. We'll focus on art supplies and the drawing. Aww. Stares at Daniel Smith thoughts. That save me. It was his whole wet breakfast and my shoes were made of sweat. Oh, dude, that's unforgiving. Absolutely unforgiving. I'm so sorry. Poor shoes. I think your only option is to either you you ask the cat to vomit over the other shoe and make it like a pattern, or you buy new shoes. Oh, you spent your monthly allowance you give yourself for art stuff already? Shiny sparkly stuff, 30% off. Oh, that sounds like a pattern. What is the shiny sparkly stuff at 30% off? My David Bowie shirt is covered in donut powder. What time is it? Okay. Watch out for the Stillman and Burn pilling. Stillman and Burn is really great if you do just pen, like ink and wash. I always confuse pen and ink and wash, but I mean ink and wash because you don't rub too much, you don't layer too much, so it's kind of easier to deal with the fact that the paper doesn't enjoy a lot of wet paint. Art supplies. I'll be doing my level best to not buy anything the rest of the year. You don't have too long to go, so that's a good thing. Blick has fine tech pans, 30% off. Ah, oh, dude. Yes, I discovered that the hard way. It was really nice to come back to this pen after doing a month of art with no inking whatsoever, like no actual ink. It's like, sweet brush pen, I missed you. Hey, have a good night, Yuri. I've got art media supplies for years. I think we all do at this point. Find me someone who doesn't have a stash. That's the whole point of this community. I need to find a nice cotton sketchbook. Etcher has some... Who else has? I'm trying to think. I feel like I wanted to make a video on cotton sketchbook, but then my brain just can't remember which ones I got. I don't have a stash, it's a proper hoard. Yeah, me too. Hold on, cotton. Why is my brain not working? I thought the Etcher ones had 300 GSM paper. Well, if you guys are picky then about your cotton paper, you could ask Lee. Lee also likes hot press. So maybe she found the sketchbook. Oh, definitely. There's a lot of people who hand make sketchbooks on Etsy. You might be able to find one that is customizable for hot press. Back with hot chocolate. Oh, that sounds great. I hope you didn't put vanilla in it this time. Only 200 GSM. Oh, why? Why do they assume that people watercolor like thin paper? Like, is there anyone in here who really uses 90 pound? Or what is it? 140 GSM? Is there anyone who uses those? Husband sent me loads of cat gifts showing to Aww. Aww. That's so nice. I would showcase Tobin's, but the cat is... She's so sleepy. She's sleeping so hard. I don't have the heart to just bother her. No, I stick to 300, never. Actually prefer 600. Yeah, I mean that's ideal. But I mean, like they still sell like 90 pounds, and the only way I've found that makes a good job out of using 90 pounds watercolor paper, so the 140 GSM, is to use a paper stretcher. Like I have the Ken Bromley paper stretcher, and I got 90 pound paper to go in it because I'm like, it's gonna be easier to fit it into the stretcher since it's thinner, and since it's gonna be stretched out, it's not gonna really matter much the fact that it's the paper is thinner. But dude, for anything else, like for drawings, for sketchbooks, no one uses 90 pound. Can't afford to eat this fudge up, so... Wait, what? Fudge? This sketchbooks are vegan friendly and use 230-gram acid-free or this grade. Kevin says, painting on overly thin watercolor paper is like driving a car with plastic tires. It's certainly how it feels. Oh. Like, I don't think I have any. The only 90-pound I have is the one I got from my paper stretcher. Everything else I own is at least 300 GSM. I feel like most sketchbook that I use have cellulose paper have really thinner paper, like the moleskin one, and I mostly use it for like either like really sketchy tests or like paint swatches. Yeah, thin paper, it buckles. It's not thick enough to soak up like water well. How is that a problem, Tsukabu? Ah, dude, the fat pads, they look good. They have them on Jackson's, right? But yeah, I know I'm not the most popular mindset here, but I'm really quite happy with my Arches paper. Most of the drawings I do are like on half sheets of Arches pad paper. It's relatively easy to find here. We don't have a lot of options here, to be honest. We have the most common ones are Arches and Fabriano. I don't really... Fabriano paper is not my favorite. It's okay, but I really have no problems with the Arches, which I know is kind of odd. But then again, maybe it's suited to what I do with it. Who knows? Can't get them right now. Aww. Might grab an Arches pad from Jackson's. They are half the cost of anywhere else. It depends on the shipping though, because sometimes for paper pads, like larger things, that's when the shipping gets a bit more expensive on Jackson. For all the small things, like you can buy a really small paint set that costs like $90. it's gonna cost a few bucks to ship. But if you buy something bigger, like if you try to buy their catalog for £5, it's gonna cost a lot more in shipping. Yeah, I'm not good with the hot press either, Lise. But I'm glad to see that you are a fellow Arches Gold Press user. I've tried the honey mule paper, and from what I remember, it was really nice too. But it's not easy to find here. That's the problem. Like, I have a few pads that are like unique that were sent to me that are good, and I really enjoy them. But once I run out, what am I supposed to do? So I try to work a lot on Arches because I can reliably buy it. So if I'm familiar with how it works, then it's not going to be too jarring if I have to buy more. Like, once I'm done with my honey mule pads, I don't have more paper, so I'll have to switch to something else anyway. I still haven't tried the Fabriano. Don't hit me. Why would we hit you? When I dry brush, I get a distinct fish scale pattern. Well, it's not necessarily a bad thing. I don't know what kind of pattern you get when you dry brush over Arches. It's pretty nondescript texture. It's just like, eh. The Stonehenge Aqua is, from what I've tried, is really nice too, but same thing. It's not available everywhere. Oh, that's such a good idea, Alice. Alice says that Alex has sent her handmade sketchbooks with all sorts of paper samples. That's such a good idea. For some reason. Otto, do you think that the reason might be some sort of Doritos adjacent toddler? Oh no, dang. Mold made versus mechanical. I don't like the mechanical pattern. Oh, okay, interesting. I find that the honey mule paper with good reviews isn't easy to find here too. That's a bit surprising. You would think. I couldn't see the spelling. What was that? Aw, please, that's great. Yeah, we are a good community. Doritos toddler. Highlight of the week, I was relearning Tubular Bells intro, perfect for Halloween. I thought I had really gone wrong with it over the years. Turned out I had morphed two main parts. I'm so lost. Hey, thank you so much for being here, Okuni. Have a great day and a great weekend. I just meant to say, Otto, that if you think the Royal Mail change in shipping fees to the US is because of the former US president. The one that I call the Doritos toddler. I know I don't want to elaborate more on this because it's politics talk, but I'm trying to think why it would be different just for the US. Like, if it was Brexit, it would be different for everywhere. Bye throws more mandarins. Oh, mandarins are great. I think they're one of my favorite flavor of citrus fruit. Oh, Doritos toddler. I thought it was a Cheeto. I don't know. I mean, I'm not American, so I think we've referred to him more as a Doritos within my friends group. I think it's because like Cheeto reminds me of cheetah, and I'm like, dude, that big cat doesn't deserve this. But I mean, I don't think Doritos deserves it either. I love mandarins, especially now. Oh, dude. another war of the favorites. Licorice is a really polarizing food. At least it's not a Pringle. He could be, though. His hair does look like a Pringle. Deserves that. Yeah, fair point. Ah, dude, wrinkly chips are the best though. We have Ruffles that are all dressed flavors here, and they're freaking expensive for what it is, but they're so good. Licorice, yay or nay? I'm team nay. Ugh, like the biggest trap ever is the licorice jelly beans and the bags of fruity flavored jelly beans from Jelly Belly. Like, if you are absent-mindedly eating jelly beans, you're gonna have a really terrible time. They always put the licorice ones in there. And I'm always like, Jesus, it's the 40 something flavor bag. And you don't include a bunch of flavors that are much more approachable than freaking licorice? No. I think they do it on purpose so that they, like, make a few people miserable. Twizzlers are not licorice. No, we mean the black stuff. The only thing that is named licorice that is not licorice that I like is the lace ones. Like the strawberry lace junk food ones. You can tie nuts in it and it's fun to eat, but that's it. War flashbacks on the time I got liquor. Oh, I love it too. It's really interesting. Red licorice doesn't taste like fear. I would have said despair, because when you chomp on it and you just realize that it's freaking black licorice and you're like, oh no, I'm gonna have the taste in my mouth for so long. Oh, have any of you tried ruby chocolate? That's the sort of like the red-ish chocolate. Why do they call it? Well, I know why they call it ruby, but what makes it this color? But yeah, I will take to like the fake flavored junk licorice lace things. Like there's apple, there's like, I think one is grape. Ugh, not the grape one, but the strawberry and the apple ones. Licorice is an acquired taste. Yeah, and it still doesn't acquire everyone, right? What about salted licorice? Ah, dude, what? You guys know I'm not. I don't mix my salty with my sweet stuff. So I'm like, salted licorice. Why? Do you really hate life? Marmite, Vegemite. Well, Marmite yay, Vegemite nay. Vegemite is gross. Ruby chocolate is its own natural thing. It tastes citrusy. I was wondering, just like, is it a difference in the processing of the chocolate bean? Or is it a different type of bean? Like, no, don't give your donut to things. No. I think it's just a different sort of chocolate bean. Ooh. Yeah, I've tried both, and Marmite has a more balanced taste, I find, than Vegemite does, which is weird when you think about it, but I mean... Favorite way to have Marmite is on a buttered toast, or with hot water as kind of a broth. It's for those times when you don't really feel like tea, but you want something hot to drink. Bovril! I only let her lick them early. I hope so. They're definitely not good. Nope, I lied. It's the process. Oh, okay. Interesting. Miso is the new Marmite. Kind of. Marmite is not fermented, I think. Oh my god, a massive spider crawled under my bed. I'm moving to Mars by everyone. Well, now you're gonna have a nice protection from the monsters that were under the bed. Because the spider is gonna eat them. You should feel safer now that you have a friendly spider under your bed to eat all the monsters. By giving up on Mars. It's a different bean called a ruby cocoa bean, and it's also not fermented into cocoa like regular chocolate is. Ooh. Ooh. She gets to lick a donut twice a year. I have such a hard time like making it so my cats don't lick the stuff they shouldn't be licking. They're so bad. And you try to like remove them and they do the thing where they walk around for like 30 seconds and then they come back. They're like, oh, I'm sure they've forgotten, right? They don't remember I was licking this thing. I'm sure of it. She's a bizarre cat. She likes only white things. Pop-Tarts, donuts, cream cheese. Sorry, mine are really into everything that has fat in it. Do you two get nervous if your cat hunts something unsuccessfully? Like, was it a bug or a spider? No, not anymore. The things they run after, either they're silverfish, and I know that Peko will eat it, for sure. Spiders, they're not super interested. And the other thing we have around are Scutigera house centipede, I think. And I'm not really bothered by them. In fact, I always try to shoo the Scutigera away, back to their hiding spot, because they can eat the other annoying stuff. Pets, we will always know when there's food around, definitely. Do you want me to show the tin of the licorice thing, Otto? You know, you can actually drink cocoa beans as a juice and it's super good. What I like to do is, by the way, I'm waiting for this to dry, but I have like cocoa beans, like whole cocoa beans, and you basically crack them up, you remove the shell, and you can make tea with that, and it's really, really good. It tastes like chocolate, but it's not bitter. It's really, really good. Oh no, Barbara, what? You sent me the nippets. They're, I gotta say, they kind of taste like medicine. They're so strong. But I agree, they're good for an upset stomach, so. Laura is a huge fan of air raisins and flying chips, aka flies and butterflies. That's hilarious. Hair raisins is hilarious. That's so funny. Things loves to boing and play with edamame pods. That's funny. Like the one that have been cooked or the raw ones? Peppermint tea for stomachs is good. Cinnamon also is good. So yeah, that's the things. That's the nippets. They're so strong. Oh my gosh. They're tiny. And I grabbed one and I was like, jeebus. Today I held up a cat. Yeah, I've done that too. Holding a cat up to the ceiling. Well, usually I don't do it. It's Mr. E that does it because he's much taller than I am. But yeah, the thing was like, dude, make yourself useful. Come on, cat. Hunt the thing. And they're like, wait, what? 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 And you try to show them, but cats have really terrible eyesight from up close. Like, they need a certain distance to be able to see stuff. So you try to find the proper distance while holding the cat, while trying to keep the bug within sight. It's quite a challenge. I love Sprite for an upset tummy. Ginger ale. Ginger ale is a good classic. Okay, sorry, I was picking up pans. Well, a set. Ruby now into... Oh! Gerbil progress! Yay! Let's trade digestive tracts. Okay, how dry is this? Oh yeah, I forget. Stuff that's on the tape is never fully dry, so gotta check that out before, so I don't smudge that everywhere. What's everyone's nickname for their partner? I'm not gonna share it because it's really dumb. It's just like a bunch of sounds that I don't even remember where we came up with that. Aw, you guys are so cute. We're getting old and boring together. That's definitely the mood. Cries and single. Oh, but Kevin, you're still quite young. We're all much older, so... Dude, at your age, I would have cried and singled you. Dude, freaking tape. Nothing dries on this stuff. Let's try to erase and avoid the tape. Though I think it still smudges a bit. Ah! Dry faster! Smudged a bit there. It's quite fortunate though that with paint you can sort of paint over smudges and they usually don't show all that much. Unless you're painting like something really, really light, but yeah. Husband spent a 3-week camping trip being called husband by everyone on the tour because he was the only married man on the tour. It stuck. That's funny. Yeah, that's what I did. I put... But I mean, the painting, I'm fairly sure it's mostly dry, but the freaking tape, though. I will do it again, though. It's a good idea. The one I use maybe the most frequently for in terms of nicknames, if you can say that, is when I talk to the cats. So that's a good start. And I would say to the cats, go ask your dad. No, the questions are great, Otto. I like them. And I'm not gonna say what he calls me because it's the same similar kind of gibberish nickname. That kind of has no story and makes no sense. Like, it's just, it happens a million years ago and it's still there. That's a really cute story, Barbara. Oh, last couple's questions. Okay. Dude, I love your questions. They're fun. They arrest me and I say, go see Bubble. Yeah, I do the same. If they're annoying, I'm like, go ask your dad. Mostly just for fun, because I am aware that they are cats and not actual children, but that's as close as I'll get to having kids, so yep. My husband has to... No nickname for you? What the heck? Yeah, I gotta say, Dannykins is kind of cute too. Especially if you envision the word with a British accent. My mom, when she gets annoyed by our dog, will say, "Go pester your other mother." Yep, that's the energy. Someone calls me, wait for it, Alex. Oh, then you and Otto can sort of have a club. Oh, that's so funny, Otto. I'm not really familiar with this set, so that's why I'm like, It's my memory blue paints that I again switched in and added a few colors in there. Oh, that's such a fun story, Otto. That's so funny. Oh. I will have to end the stream a bit sooner than usual today. So I'll have to end things in about 15 minutes. Kamisha means beloved. Aww. Is it your sweetheart who gave you that name? That's adorable. No, Otto's dress was not a big dress. It was more like a more delicate thing, and it was light blue, I think. It had some light blue in it. I called the Canadian I dated princess. I don't know why I think that's funny, but I think that's kind of funny. It's original. But it's fine. I work in an hour, so it will give me time to get ready. Oh, good timing then. Old age is kicking in. He says as he is one of the youngest folk in here. Yeah, sure, Dan. I do think Dan wins the nickname awards. He does. Oh, of course I tried to remember. I mean, Dan is gonna regret sharing with us his nickname. Laughs in 18. Dan is not that much older. Nearly 30, yeah. Ooh, that's so old. I agree that it is cute. And I mean, I don't know if I don't maybe grasp the full context, but it's not derogatory. It's just cute. In my opinion, anyway. Yeah, well, of course it would make you cringe. But it's not terrible. I'm all salt and pepper now. The dye won't stick. It won't stick. What? It's so cringy. Oh, hey, bye, Alex. Have fun. Have a great weekend. See ya on the Discord. Oh, it was so cute yesterday. I saw this old, like 70s, 80s gay couple dressed up to the nines holding hands as they walked up the street. Aww. I love imagining the discussion. Like, hey, do you want to go for a walk? Yeah. Maybe you could wear really fancy stuff. Good idea. Or maybe they were coming from someplace that required to be dressed all fancy. hide my ginger hair. What? Why? It's not goth enough? It's definitely not goth, I gotta say. If you want a hair color that doesn't scream goth, ginger is right there. The only thing I'm appreciative for ginger hair, like I don't really care, but I'm eager to see how it will change when I get much older. Because I don't think the hair white thing is exactly the same with ginger hair. It's like, I think it's harder to see, harder to notice. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Everyone is for to never dye my hair, my white hair. Yeah, I support that. Pardon Frankenstein hair. That's cool. I'm bleaching my hair right after the stream. I'm rocking candy cane hair year round. Red with big irregular white stripes. Ooh. It's smooth wash. You mean luck, right? You mean actual luck. Still managed to like get some weird thing going on here, but I have no idea how I got ginger hair and green eyes out of German. Well, out of German is fairly obvious, but I agree that Native American CU is a bit more puzzling. It's not, it kind of goes blondish before it hits white. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty, like, not very high contrast. Like, I might have a bunch of white hair already, I just cannot tell because they blend in the rest. I have ginger splashes in my brown hair, does that count? Yeah, of course. I don't know what to paint next. Might just stop here. There's like 4 minutes left. And I don't want to mess up stuff by painting next to something that is not dry. Sorry. What I will show though, because I think it might be a bit interesting to see, is I will swatch the 3 colors I added to the weird My Merry Blue set that I had. You guys remember the weird one that I had? There was already 2 colors that I added in there. And then, seeing as how unbalanced the set was, I decided to add a yellow ochre. I gotta say theirs is beautiful. And I added, I think it's Payne's Gray and a neutral tint. I don't know which is which though. That's one of them. That's the other one. Oh, that's definitely Payne's Gray. Okay. So what I thought was interesting of these colors, well, it's not a surprise for the yellow ochre, though I gotta say I really like this hue of it. It's beautiful. But both neutral tint and Payne's Gray are single pigments when you look at My Merry Blue's lineup. So yeah, since this set had no yellow whatsoever, I really felt I wanted a yellow. And then I was looking around to see which colors in the My Merry Blue range were particularly interesting, and I decided to get those 2. Alright. Shave my sides definitely helps. Really long mohawk, dude. Yeah, I want to see a picture of your hair, Barbara. I'm dyeing my hair peach. Ooh! I hope it goes well. I've only tried 2 memory blue colors, but not impressed so far. Well, I wasn't super impressed from the set, but I gotta say that the 2 paints I got, I'm quite happy with them. I think they're quite nice. They're super easy to read, like that single pigment neutral tint is super interesting, and single pigment Payne's Gray, which is basically like a deep muted blue. So yeah, but I mean, there's so many paints. Might throw magenta over mine, seeing as the black is refusing to stick. Dude, that would be so cool. We should try to have a Smic triad of hair. Alright guys, so thank you very much for being here today. I hope you have a great weekend. I will be finishing in the painting and posting it on Patreon and Instagram usually. Yeah. What else? If you are not familiar with the Discord server we have a Discord server that's basically a sort of platform for chatting, so that we can talk with each other during the week. And it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of channels over there, a lot of support for all sorts of things too. And what else? Oh, I have a link in the description somewhere there. That's basically a link to all the links. It has like Instagram, Twitter, shops, websites, all the stuff if you are looking for something specific. And also I want to say a great big thank you to Lise and Otto and also Lee for being there as moderators. Again, I'm really thankful that you guys are there to keep an eye on things and post links. So, yeah. Take care, guys. See y'all soon, hopefully. And, yeah, have a great weekend. Bye-bye.